indignation, yeah. Well, that's where you need to turn. They get some badass music and a fucking funny show. FM radio is where you wanna go. Yeah, that's where you wanna go. Well, 106.9, this crap makes me throw up in my love. Yeah, throw up in my love. We're sending Paco in the blue bus. He's gonna fuck him up, yeah, fuck him up just for us. Yeah, come on and fuck him up. Well, then you feel it, Bob, on the knob. Rap so hard, your balls will drop. It's really fucking hard to turn them on. So please turn your head when you cough. That's right! And that's time for FM Radio's Indignation. Badass motherfuckers with some new music to fire up the average beast, totally unsigned and totally uncaged, every Sunday evening between 3 and 5 Eastern.
Yeah, it's Sunday, 6 p.m. And I know it's kind of weird having an OFNR show on a Sunday again. It's been like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years since we've done Indie Ignition or Shade Rock Sunday or anything like that, but there's a special reason why we're doing a live show today. And that is because I have the folks from Dead Fish Handshake who have waited an extra long time for me to get my ass here. And they are here in the studio today to hang out with us, talk about a brand new record that they've got called The Sixes. We're going to talk to them. So say what's up, guys.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up, Bob? And everybody out there
in Radioland.
Radioland.
So, obviously, right away, I mean, we should talk about DFH. And you guys played our 4-year anniversary.
Yeah.
5-year anniversary. Jesus.
Yes.
And got the 6 coming up here in September again. Time flies.
Yeah, man.
Feels like it was only yesterday we had that show.
Hey, congratulations to you for making it that far.
How long has Dead Fish Handshake been around? How long have you guys been this band together?
It's funny, man. That's actually not as simple of a question as you think, because there's a lot of history in this band between the 4 of us. But this installment of this lineup of Dead Fish Handshake has been together for about a year. But we've gone back, way longer than that. I mean, we've all been friends and in bands that we're together, on the road together for maybe close to 10 years. So we're not strangers to one another, but we're lucky to kind of have this little group together. And Dead Fish Handshake has existed for about 3 years now, but this lineup has been going strong for about a year.
Nice. And this is the what number record? Is this the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 9th?
This second.
It's number 2,
15th?
man. Number 2.
So it's the quote-unquote sophomoric release of Dead Fish Handshake. Now, a lot of bands come across this sophomoric slump. How do you guys feel this record compares to the last?
I got to be honest, man. If you're asking me, I think we took what was a natural step up. I think we were very conscious of avoiding that sophomore slump. But it was cool because we went to a studio that was very highly regarded. The record is produced by Clint Lowry of Seven Dust. So I mean,
that's pretty badass.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of hard.
Who can say that?
Well, I mean, it's just we took steps that we thought were needed to, go from a self-produced record to something that was of higher quality that the fans would hopefully really love, and a record that we could be proud of. And don't get me wrong, we're very proud of the first record too. But just you want to get better, you want to improve.
Got to come out swinging, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So how was the recording process? How long did it take?
7 days. Right?
Yeah, it was about
a week total.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty quick for. I mean, you obviously had practiced these songs about 101 times.
Funny story. We actually went in with the foundations of a lot of the songs that ended up making the record, and
It all got reworked.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff got reworked on the fly. So so that was just another taking that step, something that we hadn't done before. We basically just crammed in there for 10, 12-hour days, and in about like Darren said, 6-7 days it was done, and then we went to the mixing stage.
And Bob, like, not to brag about anything, but like, it really kind of showed us what we could do as a band because, when you work with a producer, it's like coming to work every day. I mean, when we went in that studio for those 7 days, it wasn't come in when you feel like it. It was, it was get up early, and you were there sometimes, 13, 14-hour days, and you worked. And it was cool because, I mean, it shows, hopefully people hear this when they look at the record, but it shows, the quality of what you can accomplish, when you have great direction. Working with somebody like Clint, who's obviously been there and done it, it really opened our eyes, and and I think for us as a band, it felt like we could hold our own in this kind of profession, if you will.
And so now, is there a tour that you guys have put together for this record, or what's the next step?
Yeah, well, right now, obviously with a record, of this quality, you want to be able to hit the road and promote it, and do all the right things, but what many people probably don't realize is, like anything that costs a lot of money. So, finances are always an issue when you're an unsigned band. And, the tour will happen. Right now we're going to take a couple months just to kind of, get these rehearsed, and pull them off live, the way we want to. And, and we've played around. We had a show with Edema recently, and
badass.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting offers, with certain nationals and stuff like that. But, we want to do it right and, make it cost effective and, get the music out there to as many people who want to hear it. So I think probably by August and September, we'll hit the road full force and do a string of dates here and there.
Do you have any shows coming up now, or nothing?
Nope. We got nothing now, and it's only because, like I said, we
take the summer and kind of collectively get together and do a thing, and then
there's a lot of behind the scene work in terms of like just getting ready to release the record that we did,
and of course you all have day jobs, and families and things that probably get in the way of the music thing now and again.
A lot of it too is just we kind of wanted to take the immediate following of the release of the record to kind of do things like this, come in to talk to people that are doing it and supporting the music, and so that's what we're kind of doing. We got a couple of those lined up, and like Matt said, hopefully August, September, we'll be able to get something cohesive together and hit the road.
Yeah, forgive our silence. We're a little, tongue-in-cheek about a couple of things.
Well,
we can't speak about. But,
understandable.
But we got things going on, for the fall and for the end of the summer.
And of course, everybody check out Facebook and everywhere else, Reverb and all the other fun places, right? I mean, you guys have every one of those, or is there one that you use more than others, or do you find that you
just Facebook and Twitter? I mean,
those are the two big ones. I mean,
we're hoping to do some more in the meantime, so that we're not silent. Hopefully put up some live acoustic videos, even on our YouTube page, stuff like that.
Sure.
I mean, you could find it all on deadfishhandshake.com. So
there you go. See, nice and easy. Now, where's the what's the name? The Sixes. What is that all about?
The Sixes is actually something that came. It's taken from that term 6 degrees of separation, because the way that this record came about, to us is very, what's the word? It was very coincidental. It's a good word, exactly. When we were writing this record, we were listening to, like a band called Hurt that we were friendly with, and then, one day we opened for Hurt at Architect, which was the studio that we, the owners over there were friends of ours, and they were working with Clint Lowry on his record. And we did, at one show we did an acoustic show, and we did a cover version of Clint Lowry's 9 Inch Nails version of Hurt. So it's like, it sounds silly, but like all these things were floating around, and it really felt like, as it was lining up, like it was 6 degrees of separation. We couldn't escape the word Hurt, we couldn't escape the band Hurt, we couldn't escape Clint Lowry, we couldn't escape Architect, and in a weird, fateful way, it was like pointing us, to the direction that we always wanted to go in. So when you hear the Sixes, that's what it's really about, 6 degrees all.
Nice. And somewhere in there is Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, we love Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, he's hidden in this somewhere. If you play a song backwards,
we watch Tremors a lot during the recording process.
You got to do it backwards, but sped up.
Yeah,
I've messed with this. Let me tell you, I found some freaky stuff. Now, I don't know if you and I if we've talked about this before, but if Dead Fish Handshake, you guys could go out on tour with any band, dead or alive, ever, any band at all. Who are you guys going out on tour with?
Oh, man. they know what I'm going to say, so I'm going to go last.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna.
I don't even know what I don't know the answer to that question, man.
It's a tough one. That
It
is
is.
a
There's
really
many.
tough question.
I guess it comes down to what you're into. At
What's the
time.
top one? Yeah, man.
Um,
Growing up, what was the one band you were like, oh my god, I wish I could go on tour with these guys?
Bob, you know what? Before they all answer, that's the really crazy thing about this band is that we're all literally going to give you a different
No,
answer.
and that's cool, and that's usually the way
And
most
the-
bands answer that question.
And these bands will be so far removed from one another that you'll wonder why we're even all in a band together. For me, I mean, it was Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. I mean, those were the bands that, and U2. I gave you three. I mean, those were the bands that, me personally got me into music. But I know Darren over here. He comes from a completely different.
I'd go out with someone like No Effects or
That would be-
Pennywise.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
I've seen No Effects before, man. They throw it down. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Good time.
and I guess I'd have to go Led Zeppelin.
Just
not-
for it, yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
I mean,
I mean,
that's what made me want to play guitar.
fantasy stuff
These
like that,
guitar
man.
players, man.
Oh,
they
could you
love it.
imagine though? I mean, just hearing a stage with like a band like that.
I can't imagine it. That's why it's.
What about you back there, Mr. Drummer Man?
Well, being drums, you realize that the only band for me would be Rush.
Yeah, that's true. Be lowered into the same set as Neil Peart. That would be the way to go.
Yeah.
An aerial.
Yeah, aerial load in.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
He's
like
really
a Tommy
done that,
Lee
though.
Kind of thing. That's spin me around.
That's the thing that's really fucking crazy. Is Neil Peart's actually done this? And it's like actually been lowered into a drum set. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what bands have you guys come across locally that have been turning your heads, going, "Whoa, wow"? I mean, besides Hurt, obviously, you mentioned those guys earlier, but
Like, what have we been listening to
well,
lately?
no, like locally, like who have you guys have come across? Maybe while you're on a show or something, you're on the same bill and you go, "Whoa, what is this? Wait a minute." Any bands that you guys have come across, independent wise, that are turning your head?
Yeah, I mean, we all, we come from a pretty good scene. I mean, one thing about Dead Fish Handshake is, I mean, we're alive in two different regions. I mean, we're in New England, and we got the Jersey scene too. So I mean, we get exposed to a lot of cool bands that have shared the stage with us. One band that I dig, lately out of Jersey is a band called New Theory. I really like what they're doing.
Nice.
Then we got our friends in Prospect Hill, who they just recently got signed to the same label, I think, as her or something.
Nice.
And working with Clint, that he was producing a couple other bands too, in the community. We were able to, kind of help along, and the guys in Novus Day and Civil Drone and stuff like that. So I mean, there's a lot of good talent everywhere, and it's
That's for sure.
yeah. I mean, it's just we all fight the same battle, and I wish more bands would kind of come together and form a community, because I think that's the one thing that's kind of missing locally right now. Is
Most definitely.
we all want to cut each other's throat instead of book with one another and
and,
help each other out.
And I mean, something has to be said, and we've talked about this here at OFNR on numerous different shows. I think something has to be said about these bigger radio stations that do these battle of the bands type of situations to get heard, and
Right.
I don't know that it's helping anyone but the radio station, because it's making all these bands who would normally be friends really have to duke it out and maybe resort to things that they wouldn't just to get that airtime on these big ass stations. I mean,
I couldn't agree with you more, and it's something. I'm very outspoken sometimes in interviews like that. Bob, have we met?
No.
And the thing is, with when you're doing like this kind of circuit, I mean, obviously you want to be professional and you want to, say the right things to the right people. But the reality is this: you're right. Battle of the bands don't help. It really is a battle, and someone's going to die in that battle.
Right.
And that term is literal. And the thing is, it's just something that isn't helping anybody out.
Now, when it comes to writing songs and putting it all together, how is it done? Do you guys do it collectively? Do you each bring a part, or how does that work? Does it depend on the song? I mean,
Basically, it's Rob.
Yeah.
He comes in and says, "Hey, I have this."
He's being humble, and I was giving him a chance to jump in. But Rob is the writing force, musically behind this. And what'll happen is he'll come up with a riff, and Mark and Darren, then add their part and tweak things here and there. And when it becomes a final instrumentation, these guys will send the files on to me, and that's when I'll work with harmonies and melodies. But the thing is, you can't do it without everybody in this band, has an important role at a certain time. It may start with Rob, and thankfully, because he just is a machine that's pumping stuff out, but it can't live and rise until it gets to Darren and Mark, and then hopefully I'm just the icing on the cake, and we put something good on there that has some lasting power. So it's a collective effort, but it's individually done piece by piece.
Right.
Yeah, everybody definitely gets their share of the puzzle in, and at the end of the day, I may come out with what seems to be the initial idea, whatever, but by the time it's done, like any other
everybody
band,
else,
sure, it's going to be, it's going to be its own thing, and the thing that's really cool in terms of our working relationship is we're okay with saying, hey man, you know what? I know that this is how it works, but I'm not feeling that, and can I go back? And it was just a case of there was a song that we wrote about a year ago or so, and we had it all set out and sent out up to Matt, and Matt's like, you know what? I just kind of wish that this thing happened more, and he may be the guy that's going to be writing the lyrics and the melodies and all that, but he definitely chimes in on the arrangement as well, and they're like, look, I need more of this, or can you do this, this piece more, or completely scratch that? So, I'm sure you get that from every band, but it's whatever we're doing is working, despite being
no doubt
states away from each other, and
which I think is really, really, really awesome. We really haven't discussed that much. You guys aren't all from the same area.
No, we're not.
And so it's like a long distance relationship in a sense. But musically, how do you manage? Is it just a thank God for internet situation?
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, bands when they're together a long time, you annoy one another, and that's plain and simple. I won't annoy them as much because I'm further away. Yeah, but what the thing is, all jokes aside, that's important, because if this is a relationship, if you will,
it is.
And hey,
and all bands are really.
And believe me, I'm no guru when it comes to relationships.
No.
But the thing, wait, what do you mean? No?
Well, there was that thing between you and I.
Oops.
Shit, sorry.
Oops.
I know we weren't supposed to talk about that.
Hey, you know what, Bob? It's out in the open now. But the thing is, like anything, you can't smother somebody, and people need their space, and that's a plus with us being the way that we are, and Mark's touching my shoulder for all you out there.
Now, are any of you guys moonlighting in other projects?
I play in a cover band on the side.
Nice. What covers? Anything top 40 kind of stuff, or?
It's top 40 like radio rock with Shine Down and Hinder.
Nice.
That's just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, something to do. Just to keep your chops up. Yeah. What about the rest of you?
And Mr. Mark back here is in a band called Crewman Number 6 back home.
Another 6.
Yeah, another 6.
So just 6s.
Mm-hmm.
And
we just need one more, and we'll have the devil. We're good.
Yeah, man.
That's an original band, and funny enough, it's just the history that's there between us all. We actually, funny enough, came across a video from back in '04 or something like that, where Matt's old band, our old band, Darren and I, and Mark's old band, we were sharing the stage, and it was something like we were doing sound check. Not everybody was there yet. So we all kind of got on stage and kind of just did our little sound check. And funny enough, there we are, all on the stage,
all together
years ago. And
how it works.
Mark actually found that video, and I'm like, dude, look at this. And it was kind of cool to see. We're all younger and
it's crazy
lighter.
because it's if you believe in fate and all that nonsense, but for us, it happened, and I know it may sound silly to people who aren't in the band and don't know, but we had to call this the Sixes because I'm telling you, between the recording studio with Architect, and like I said before with Clint, and the band Hurt, and,
just too many things.
Yeah, and it feels good, it feels like this was the band that you're supposed to be in, and you're with the guys you're supposed to be with. So distance isn't really anything for us because one thing too is that these guys go home, and myself included, we go home and we practice and we learn on our own. So that way, when we get together, it's not a waste of time.
Right.
And we're getting to the point, too, we've known each other so long that, we can kind of, if we flub, we know each other. The chemistry is coming together more. And it's cool. And, Bob, this. Bands could be, right in the backyard and, a guy can't make it to practice or a guy can't do that and they fall apart. It's like,
It does happen.
If you want something bad enough and if you really believe in what you're doing, you'll drive 4 hours to be there.
Yeah, and you gotta, if you really want it, you gotta, and you gotta want it. It's up to individually each person to say, yeah, this is what I want to be doing,
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. There are definitely moments where, we get together, the four of us in a room, and when we do, it's, I kind of feel like, man, this feels so great. I wish we had this, every week, however many times we get together a week, and just because we get a lot accomplished together. And it kind of almost feels like, again, the fact that we are states away from one another, that I wish that could happen more often. But the reality is, going in, we knew what it was.
Right.
And like I said, it's working out
right.
for what
and
we're doing.
You almost have to wonder if you did it more often, would it get to a point of like, Jesus, really? Really?
Yeah, it could.
Really? I mean, it's possible. Who knows?
Absolutely.
You guys want to play another tune?
Let's do it.
Sure.
This is a track off the record called Emotionless.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Emotionless.